Hey guys, March with the Gravity Project here, and this video is going to be on why I probably won't be doing carries anymore. So, initially, I'm sure the first response here is going to be a little bit of backlash and whatnot, but I feel as if as I go on during this video and as I kind of explain things to you, you guys will, understand where I'm coming from and kind of be more accepting of my point of view. So, the reasoning, there's actually a few reasons behind this. I think the biggest thing here that I want to express to you guys is that the reason why I was initially doing carries in the first place was because I felt that, the way things went for early access and then free-to-play players was just a tad bit unjust, even if it was an accident on, the my.com team's part. It wasn't fair, So, really, I was doing the carries initially kind of to help the community get its foot in the door so that all of the early access players didn't have a monopoly. And it's still, obviously I alone can't balance the tides. I ended up accepting 670 people's friend requests. I carried over 550, or it's like close to 600 people through that distortion. Actually, I think I carried over 600 people. I think I carried like 630, and maybe 40 of you guys got lost in translation, and I didn't carry you, or I accepted you after I had, stopped doing carries. So that's kind of it was like I was trying, I was hoping that a few more people would step up, both US and EU. A lot of people in general just had trouble acclimating and kind of getting into the game, so it was my goal to help as many of you as possible get your foot in the door, like I said, and then become self-sufficient to the point where you could go out and do stuff on your own and not need as much help. So hopefully, for the 500-600 of you that I carried, that did help a little bit. If it didn't, I'm sorry, and if you feel as if you missed out, again, I'm sorry. But it was really just for those people who initially came to the game, right? So for the people who are still sending me friend requests, I get it. I mean, definitely, it doesn't hurt you to try to get help where you can, but it's kind of a different concept if I'm helping people who came to the game like a whole month later. You know what I mean? So I was really just trying to help the people who were really excited about the game and they wanted to play it free to play. They got it, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, like that week that the game went free to play. And then they realized that they were miles and miles behind. So obviously I can see how that would be disheartening and kind of ruin things for the community and the fan base. And so I tried to do my job there and tilt the tides. So that's kind of my my first reason. My second reason is something that I'm sure a lot of you can probably agree with and understand. For what it's worth, there are a lot of games coming out between now and the end of the year. A lot of them being very soon. I'm actually a really big Tekken fan, and Tekken's coming out. I may get Injustice. I don't really like platform fighters anymore. I kind of only play multi-input fighters like Soul Calibur, Tekken, and Dead or Alive. But Injustice, the theme kind of gets me. I'm a DC and Marvel superhero fan, so I'm looking forward to Tekken. Speaking of Marvel, I started playing Marvel Heroes Omega, and I love it. It's actually a really good action RPG. I look forward to playing that when the full game comes out. Destiny 2 will be coming out in the fall. There is a whole list of games. The Terra Beta is coming out. So I'm actually looking forward to playing a lot of these things. All that to say, it's not that I'm going to stop playing Skyforge, but my time on Skyforge will be limited, and to try to focus on, the 2,000 of you that are potentially trying to reach out to me and get help would make it impossible not only to just play this game and progress for myself, but to play any other game. So that being said, I mean, I get it, I'm not trying to sound selfish here. This is just something, when it comes to taking care of one's own needs. I don't know how you can say that without sounding selfish, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying there. So, just to kind of play the game and have fun for myself, Obviously, I'm going to keep doing videos when I find exploits or there's updates and all that kind of stuff. It's not that I'm quitting entirely. I'm not quitting the game at all. I just don't want you to feel like I turned my back on you guys because I stopped carrying people. The carrying thing, like I said, was to help get people's foot in the door, and if prolonged, it's something that I didn't even need to be brought to my attention. It's something that I completely agree with, but if prolonged, people of the community have, pointed out that that could be detrimental to the community. It could actually hinder people's progression, and I completely agree with that. There is a kind of really wide spectrum of player proficiency when it comes to any game. There will always be a separation of tiers in skill and knowledge, and I felt as if me carrying wasn't going to hurt that separation of tiers, because the kind of player you are comes down to the kind of person you are. If I was one of the free-to-play players that came to the game late, regardless of, getting that extra prestige in early access or not, I would have been someone who was doing research the whole time. A lot of you, I'm sure, were watching my YouTube videos before you even had access to the game. If you were that kind of player, you probably would have done well regardless. If you were the kind of person who would get on a game and you just wanted to play as you went, that's perfectly fine. That's how a lot of people play. It's fun to play that way when you go in blind. But you are a different kind of player. You're a different personality than the person that was doing research the whole time. The person that was doing research the whole time they weren't playing has a leg up on you. For sure. They know more about the game as soon as they touch it. So it's little things like that, little nuances of, mannerisms and personality that affect how you play a game. And so I felt as if you were going to be a good player in the long run, me carrying you and getting you that one single piece of gear just to help you out wasn't going to hurt you, because you did all that research, you wanted to play, you were going to be as good as you could have anyway. For those of you who weren't really looking to do that, hopefully I still helped you have fun on the game, because that was, again, one of the only purposes of me carrying people, just so that the community could have fun. So, all in all, I don't want to ramble on. I'm sure a lot of you get it, a lot of you understand. Like I said, I'm expecting some backlash here. It's, it only makes sense. I get it. All that to say is, I'm not going to stop making videos. If you need help, if you have questions, still ask me. I'm going to be here. I've been really terrible at getting around to questions for like the past week, not because I suck ass at that kind of thing, but just because I went to an event, I went to a 3-day concert, and I lost my phone, and that was like my primary source device that I used to reply to comments. I find it like really tedious to sit in front of the computer and like reply to comments all day, but when I have my phone, it's like I don't know, it's like a psychological thing. It's almost like texting. Like, I don't care. I'm on the go, I'll pull out my phone, I'll reply to like 10-15 comments, go do whatever I'm doing, and then when there's some downtime again, I rinse and repeat. So I have my phone back. I'm going to be replying to comments much more. I, got Discord, all that stuff on my apps back, so I will be much more engaging, much more reachable now. Hopefully you guys get me. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. Like, comment, rate, continue to subscribe, do all that really cool stuff. And I will see you all in the next one. Actually, before I go, there were a few things that I kind of forgot about and left out, and within the editing process realized that I had neglected to mention them. So for the sake of being concise and transparency, just another factor of not really doing these carries is obviously my friends list has become very extensive. People are asking me to take them through the avatar, which I get. Avatar fight, it's exciting, it's fun, but it's also really challenging, really hard stuff. Even now with a good group, that's taking 25-30 minutes. It would be unreasonable to try to go in there and carry 4, 5, 6 of you at a time, and efficiently take 670 700 plus of you through there. It's impossible. A quick run is 25-30 minutes. So that's just one thing. But I do, however, this is not all going to be pessimistic. There's a silver lining to it all. I am not the only helpful person out there. I wanted to give kind of a huge shout out to Great Value Tranquility, which is another Pantheon that some of you made. And conceptually, I don't know how the management is working. I'm not sure if all of you are still active, but conceptually, I really love the idea. Basically, the idea of the Pantheon was everybody that got overlooked, or I didn't have time to get around to, or didn't get invited to my pantheon, you know, they were going to accept them. They were going to help you guys. A lot of them, watched a lot of my videos and talked to me a lot, and they are really helpful people. So if you are still feeling like you need this help, they have an even more cosmopolitan approach than I do. They are actually trying to take everybody, and because there's a whole group of them, you have a few more hands helping you than just me. So definitely take a look into that stuff. I am going to try to talk around and figure out some things for you guys. Obviously, I'm not trying to leave you out in the cold here. That is not the purpose of all this. Basically, I just wanted to express that because of how I wanted to manage my time, and because of how I feel about Skyforge right now, it was not feasible to think that I was going to be able to, continue doing carries and all of that stuff. So once again, I'm Mars the Gravity Project. Thank you for listening to my whole spiel. Thank you for those of you who understand, and for those of you who don't, still thank you. I value and appreciate your opinion, whatever. I can't be mad at you for being mad at that. I started it. That's just how that works sometimes. So once again, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.